The Bible's book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 8 tells us, "The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is." While the text is rich in symbolism, Bible students have long speculated as to the identity of Revelation's beast. Is it merely a flesh and blood character, or when read in context, could the beast that was and is not and yet is point to a revival of Nazism which characterizes a Fourth Reich, either the Antichrist or his system, or both, which seems to be dead is then resurrected in a vicious, bloodthirsty regime, noted for its extreme hatred for Israel and a desire to, once again, settle the Jewish problem? Today's global rise of anti-Semitism on steroids provides troubling clues as to the lateness of the hour. Straight from the pages of the book of Revelation, we are seeing the re-emergence of Hitler's haters, a new zeitgeist promoting more than simple support for the Palestinian people, or even a Palestinian state. Those attacking the Zionists in London, Berlin, Paris, New York, and Los Angeles are actually attacking the Jews. When they march masked and garbed in keffiyehs, hoisting Palestinian flags, they support the demonic forces of Hamas that raped, pillaged, and murdered nearly 1,400 innocent Israeli citizens, among them old men and women, children and babies. And when they robotically chant, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free," they really mean, push all Jews into the sea and let them die. Don't bother any of the uninformed with facts. Their liberal agenda sees nothing wrong with promoting a tyrannical religious state, which solves the homosexual problem by executions and relegates women to permanent second-class citizenship. The system they prefer to our democratic republic would ban permanently any future marches for freedom. Remember, the Antichrist executes his enemies by beheading them, as found in Revelation chapter 20, verse 4, and we know who beheads their enemies today. Even as Hitler exploited young people and the unemployed masses of Depression-era Germany to empower his populist revolution, powerful forces are at work fomenting the explosion of mindless, irrational anti-Semitism on U.S. college campuses. Decades ago, billions of petrodollars began flowing from wealthy Middle East nations onto American college campuses, buying influence and reshaping attitudes toward Islamic culture in the West. Those donations appear to be bearing fruit in America's Arab Spring, as demonstrators bring their demands for divestment, equity, and inclusion to campus officials from coast to coast. Occasionally, blood has been shed as police hesitated to separate marchers opposing and supporting the Jewish state. Buildings at the University of California, Los Angeles, and Columbia University have been seized by the radicals, many with stated communist ties. And at long last, police have been forced to intervene and regain control at those schools through the use of flashbang grenades and tear gas canisters. Once again, in the midst of our deteriorating culture, the brave men and women of law enforcement are placing their lives on the line to preserve what is left of our form of life. We know this. The campuses and cities of America are at risk and becoming more dangerous every day. We urge you to give our brave, outgunned men and women in blue a fighting chance on those streets by donating protective gear, like active shooter vests. We make that possible at investusa.org. Thanks to your donations, more than 6,000 vests have been supplied to our police personnel from coast to coast. Please do your part to protect the lives of those fighting for your family's survival. Visit investusa.org and click the Donate tab at the top or bottom of the page. A box will open at PayPal where you can help purchase the active shooter vests that our dedicated law enforcement authorities so desperately require. On their behalf, thank you.